Hi, I'm James Longster, and thanks for joining another Travis Smith Tech Spotlight. As always, Tech Spotlight will bring you short and snappy updates on tech and data issues. So in this edition, I want to talk about algorithms and the impact that decisions made using AI can have in real life settings. For those of you following the news in the UK, this is obviously a hugely topical issue at the moment due to the approach of the UK's official exam regulator, Ofqual, has taken in respect of students' A-level exams. And for those of you not in the UK, by way of brief summary, the algorithm used by Ofqual to set grades for students who didn't take exams due to coronavirus ended up downgrading 36% of teacher predicted grades. Now, I personally don't know anyone who's going through this, but I can certainly remember the feeling of waiting for exam results, and I can only imagine how distressing these issues have been for the affected students. This is clearly a very emotive topic, and without wanting to be accused of over sensationalizing the issue, you can see how the situation could very easily impact a young person's future opportunities. A missed grade could lead to a missed first choice university place, and that, combined with lower grades than expected, could subsequently hamper job prospects and earnings. But whilst the scale and publicity of the output from this particular algorithm is huge, we are all as individuals affected by algorithms and the way that they work. So, for example, algorithms are used by companies to help them carry out targeted marketing. They're used to help calculate insurance premiums. They're used by the security services and the police in an effort to protect us. They are, quite honestly, all around us, impacting our day-to-day lives in ways that, if we're honest, the vast majority of people don't know are happening. Now, one key thing I want to make clear at the outset is that we shouldn't blame an algorithm or the relevant technology more broadly if something goes wrong. An algorithm is a set of clear instructions that are precisely executed by a machine. It's not the algorithm's fault if it creates outputs that people are unhappy with. That displeasure needs to be reserved for the person or organization that created the algorithm, or in the case of AI, that used algorithms and certain content to help teach the AI. Now, there are two big issues in this tech spotlight that I want to touch on that I think businesses need to be particularly mindful of when using algorithms and relying on any relevant output. The first of those is bias. Now, bias can impact many different aspects of an organization. Traditionally, people will most likely think of overt or unconscious discrimination, but people won't in general expect a computer or an algorithm to be biased when it's, calculating their insurance premium, for example. But here's the problem. Algorithms are written by humans, and biases can, although I should stress, don't by any stretch always, creep into those algorithms, or in the case of AI, the materials that are being used to train the AI. So take a recent example. Let's look at MIT's much used Tiny Images database. Tiny Images was a huge collection of tagged images of individuals, which has been used by a wide variety of organizations to help train their AI. But that's recently been pulled by MIT as it came to the light that racist, sexist, and misogynistic tags were being attached to images. Now, when these images and tags were being used to train AI, these obviously completely unacceptable tags were then creating a biased AI, which, when put to use, would give an unfair and biased output. Now, there's obviously a big moral and social issue here, but businesses in the UK, from a legal perspective, would also need to consider the potential implications of systems trained in this way under the UK's Equality Act. Secondly, we need to think about personal data. The basic starting point is that if AI is using personal data, the relevant processing is going to be caught by GDPR. The processing of personal data in the context of AI, therefore, needs to comply with the basic requirements of lawfulness, transparency, fairness, and security. And it's important to note that additional requirements around special category data apply in the context of AI in exactly the same way as they do for more traditional processing. Now, outside those core principles, thought also needs to be given to the need for data protection impact assessments, requirements relating to automated decision making, such as enhanced information notices, and ensuring that the system can cope with requests from individuals exercising their rights. So, for example, if someone tells an organization they want them to delete their data, they need to delete that data from the AI unless they can rely on an exemption. There's a lot for organizations to think about here, and it really does drive home the need for embracing the concept of privacy by design when these systems are being created. We have lots of clients that use AI and algorithms, and for some of our clients, they aren't just tools they use, but their entire businesses. So companies now more than ever need to be mindful of not only the legal issues relating to the use of algorithms and AI, but the PR and societal impacts too. And we as consumers need to be more alive to the use of technologies in decision making that affects us. If the Ofqual algorithm incident has highlighted nothing else, it's that negative public opinion can very quickly lead to a different outcome. That's all from this edition of Tech Spotlight. I hope you can join us again soon.